Giannis Antetokounmpo had already swallowed the worst taste in basketball, a single-point playoff loss, and was still gulping it down when a middle-aged stranger shoved a towel in his face, bragging, "This is what we do!" Before the cameras could even zoom, the stranger disappeared into a blur of security jackets and screaming fans. 24 hours later, Shaquille O'Neal, four-time champ and self-appointed gatekeeper of toughness, looked into a national TV lens and called Giannis soft for feeling disrespected. You're about to learn why that 1.3-second confrontation is about to rewrite the NBA's rules on who's allowed on the court, who's allowed to talk trash, and who's no longer willing to stay silent. But first, let's rewind to the moment the season, the series, and the spotlight all collided. April 29th, 2025. Gainbridge Fieldhouse is thunder loud. Pacers up 3-1. Bucks gasping for survival. Giannis has already dropped a monster 30-20-13 line, yet Tyrese Halliburton shimmy steps past him for a layup with 1.3 left, 119-118. Series over. The horn slaps the air. Milwaukee's hopes drown in blue and gold confetti. Giannis, hands on hips, is the picture of furious calm. Then comes the breach. John Halliburton, a.k.a. Pops, barrels past the first security rope like he's late for tip-off. He waves a white towel, Tyrese's smiling face printed the size of a billboard, and stops inches from Giannis's chest. Legend says the only words that cut through the noise were, "This is what we do, this is what we can do." Giannis leans down, forehead to forehead, before Bobby Portis yanks him away. The arena jumbotron barely catches the clash. NBA Twitter explodes on contact, but Giannis doesn't tweet. He waits, then pulls the pin in a quieter room. What he said next dropped a chill that even the league office felt. Post-game presser, fluorescent lights buzzing. Reporters circle like sharks asking if the season was a failure. Giannis breathes once, twice, then unloads, "Having a fan? I thought he was a fan? Walk on the floor, wave a towel, cuss at me. That's very, very disrespectful. I come from the hood. Snitches get stitches. But if I fully say what happened, the league will step in." The room freezes. A two-time MVP just implied the confrontation ran deeper, maybe uglier than anyone realized. Giannis doesn't elaborate. Instead, he thanks the Pacers, congratulates Halliburton, and walks off. Internet detectives start zooming every angle, every muffled audio clip, desperate to find the missing insult. Enter the most unlikely defender of court-storming dad energy, Shaq, and nobody saw Diesel's take coming. For good reason. Inside the NBA, next night, Shaq leans back in the big chair, arms folded like a bouncer outside a club, and declares, "He always on the court, man. Pop's just celebrating. Y'all too soft these days." Charles Barkley's eyebrows hit the ceiling. Kenny Smith tries a polite, "But he shouldn't be on the floor, big fella." Shaq cuts him off, voice booming. "Stupid. It's stupid to get mad at a dad loving his son." Chuck fires back, "He's not supposed to be there. That's the whole point." The segment spikes into a full-on shouting match. Ernie Johnson looks like he's watching a dumpster catch fire in slow motion. Clips hit socials before the commercial break ends. Shaq trending #1, Giannis #2, Halliburton dad #3. And the internet is not feeling charitable. Cue the digital avalanche. Reddit threads multiply like gremlins in water. Shaq big timing basic security rules, old heads protecting their egos. X, formerly Twitter, turns savage. Memes of Shaq letting random dads dunk on him. Screenshots of Tyrese on the sideline shaking his head. One tweet racks up 2 million views. Not even Tyrese defending Pops. Why is Shaq? The most lethal blow comes from Tyrese himself. He tells reporters, calm as a surgeon, "My Pops was wrong. Emotions got him. We talked. He needs to stay in his seat." Boom. The Sun just dismantled Shaq's entire defense in 12 words. Comments roast Diesel mercilessly. But the Halliburton family isn't done talking. There's an apology coming and a quiet punishment nobody saw announced on TNT. When a franchise bans your courtside pass, the message is crystal clear. 2:17 a.m. Eastern. John Halliburton posts the Notes app classic. "I sincerely apologize to Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Pacers organization. Not a good reflection on our sport or my son." The next afternoon, a Pacers spokesperson confirms Pops will not attend home or road games for the foreseeable future. Translation, banned without the ugly word banned. NBA issues 0 press releases. Radio silence. Fans call it a slap on the wrist. "If that was a random fan, lifetime ban," one ex-user writes, racking 50K likes overnight. The debate mutates from who was right to is the league too soft on family? Meanwhile, Giannis is silent, but silence can be a loaded gun. To understand that silence, you have to know where Giannis came from. Picture teenage Giannis hustling knockoff sunglasses on the streets of Athens. He shares one pair of sneakers with brother Thanasis, dodges immigration police, learns early that respect is non-negotiable currency. Fast forward to 2021. He drops 50 in a finals closeout. Pundits call it lucky. He shrugs, works harder. So when a rival's parent storms his workplace after an overtime dagger, waving a taunt in his face, that's not passion. It's the very disrespect he's swallowed his whole life. His hood comment wasn't bravado, it was a boundary. Cross it, and the polite grin disappears. And Shaq? Giannis once admired him. Shaq once praised Giannis as better than I was at 24. Now the same legend mocks him for demanding basic respect. Fans sense the betrayal and rally around the Greek freak harder, which puts the NBA in a pressure cooker. Star security, pundit credibility, fan behavior, all under one fluorescent spotlight. Somebody, somewhere in the league office, is drafting a new policy right now. Remember 2004's Malice at the Palace? One beer cup rewrote arena security forever. 2 decades later, family access is the Wild West outlier. Players' relatives roam baseline hallways with VIP lanyards, but no official rules. After Pops' stroll, insiders whisper about mandatory post-game cooldown period before family can step onto hardwood. Remarked, family boxes, 10 rows up. No exceptions. Automatic fines for on-court relatives, even during celebrations. Will the NBA publicly admit the weakness? Probably not, unless another incident hits viral velocity. And if Giannis's warning comes true, lawsuits loom like thunderheads. And that leads us to the ego war brewing at TNT's Studio J, because this saga isn't really Giannis versus John, it's old guard bravado versus new gen boundaries. Shaq's resume is Mount Rushmore stuff, but his brand today is barbecue short clips and hot takes served loud. For every JaVale McGee roast, there's a segment where he calls modern stars soft. The problem? Those modern stars run the league's global fandom, and they're done bowing. Giannis claps back subtly. IG story of him lifting weights captioned, "Talk less, work more." The subtext, championships talk, hot takes fade. Fans eat it up. Young players, quote, tweet him. Suddenly the debate isn't about Pops at all. It's about whether Shaq's playbook of intimidation still sells. The result? Viewers pick sides, engagement spikes, and TNT's ratings soar, proving once again controversy prints money. But beneath the clicks, a generational line has been drawn. Respect is the new currency, and even legends have to pay it. So, here's the scoreboard nobody's posting. A towel-waving dad crossed it. A 4-time champ learned fans won't blindly back nostalgia. Giannis's silence spoke louder than TNT's microphones. Now it's your turn. Do you think his passion deserved a pass? Did Shaq expose a soft spot in today's NBA? Or did he just expose himself? And should the league crack down before the next courtside dad thinks he can cosplay player coach? Drop your hottest take in the comments. Smash that like if you're riding with respect over recklessness. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next playoff round is already brewing fresh drama, and we'll be here to break it all down. No sugarcoating, no slow talk. Every single week. Stay locked, because the real story is only just beginning. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.